What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what sold in January of 2021 and my top brands, highest selling brands, most money made brands in January of 2021. So stay tuned. All right, thank you guys so much for joining. If you are new here, I'm a reseller. I do data analytics. So I'm going to jump right into this video and show you my top selling brands. I sell on Poshmark and eBay. Everything is listed on both platforms with the exception that things get listed for 30 days on eBay first, and then they move over to Poshmark. And that's because of eBay analysis that I have done. I've compared Poshmark to eBay, how things sell, what sells higher, and all that. I will link those videos down below, but everything is on both platforms after the 30 days to give them a chance on eBay. So this is what's happening for me. This is the Sarah Styles Sales and Trends Dashboard. It is a dashboard that I have for sale. You can enter in your data, track and manage your data up to 25 different platforms, and you have access to all of these charts and analytics that are in the dashboard. Today, we're looking at the monthly summary. So January 2021, how did I end the month? $8,374. I was 1.5% away from my goal. My goal is 8,500. I'm actually really happy with that. That was kind of a hefty goal for me. And something with this goal is in the simulator. So if you scroll down on this, you have a simulator. I can enter in, I want to get 8,500, and I need to have my active listings between 1,400 and 1,500. I don't have that. I'm at 1,300 and I'm out of space. So I'm having to work with what I have. I worked really hard on getting my sell-through rate up because I can't have more active listings. I need to work with what I have, either increasing my average sale price or increasing my sell-through rate. I went with increasing my sell-through rate to kind of move some older inventory based on my average days on hand. You can see those numbers here. Average days on hand for brands, average days on hand for categories. I go through and I ran sales on eBay. If I've had this inventory for this amount of period, I discounted it really heavily to get it moving. If it's only, right around my average, less of a discount, and then it's new inventory, no discount to maybe a sale at the end of the month to get things moving. So I worked really hard on my sell-through rate. I didn't, I don't have 1,400 active listings. So I was pretty surprised that I got really close to that goal. You can scroll up here to the performance and see that my sell-through rate did increase 1.33%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 1.3% out of 17% is actually, in the course of 28 days, is actually a pretty good swing, especially because it was only at the sake of 73 cents, right? So I was increasing my sell-through rate, but I'm holding strong to that average sale price. Now, this has declined over the course of the pandemic. I used to be closer to $40. But I've increased my sell-through rate, right? And I'm making more money, right? End of the day, that's what it's about. So I ended where I am, $8,300, almost to that $8,500, 284 items sold, $29 average sale price, and my sell-through rate of 17%. If you're new to the channel, sell-through rate is how much you're selling out of how much you have on hand. So out of my 1,300 active listings, I sold 17% of those. Women's clothing on eBay tends to be around a 5% sell-through rate. So I am 3 times higher than eBay's numbers. I'm pretty happy with that, as well as my average sell price. But you guys are here to see what brands are selling. So let's jump into that. I'm going over to the next tab and we will scroll down to the brands. So the chart that you're looking at here is my sell-through rate versus my average sale price. Anything up in this top quadrant is going to be my below brands, my below categories in the chart. Above, that means that they have a high sell-through rate and a high average sale price. These are things that are working for me. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So I'm going to share all of my top revenue brands. So all of the brands on this chart are the top 20 brands that I made the most money on in January of 2021. And then I will pick 5 of those. I'll show you the top 5 and then show you actual items that sold this month from those brands. So let's go through it. Cotton Citizen. So if you are new to the channel, if you don't follow me, I have been purchasing liquidation lots. So most of what this is new with tags. So that's going to change the average sale price a little bit as well as a higher cost of goods than if I was doing thrift store. Some of this I do thrift maybe once a month. So some of it's going to have thrifting stuff in there, but keep that in mind. So Cotton Citizens, new with tags, 50% of what I had on hand in January of 2021 sold at an average sale price of $50. I will show you actual items for this brand that sold, so do make sure to stay tuned. If you like content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notifications so you get notified of my content in the future. I look at numbers, at data-driven strategies. Any strategy that I'm going to recommend or that I am using is based off of my data or based off of analysis of the market. So if you like content like that, hit that subscribe button and notifications. Give me a like on the way out as well. And a save and share also helps the algorithm. If you like this content and think other people would like it as well, I'd really appreciate if you commented, liked, and shared as well. So Wildfox, again, this is new with tags. Average sale price is $41. Sell-through rate, 50% of the Wildfox that I had on hand sold in January. Something to note with Wildfox, Cotton Citizens, and some of these other brands I'll be getting into, those were only listed in January. So having a 50% sell-through rate when they have only been listed for less than a month, definitely okay with that. Yeah, you can see down here, Wildfox, my average sale price is 14 days. Cotton Citizen is 16 days. This will likely go up as I've had them listed. You know, they've only been listed for under a month, so we'll keep an eye on that. Uggs, if you're a reseller, no surprise here, average sale price of $29, sell-through rate of 50%. This is surprising. Uggs used to have more value. If you have been reselling for a while, let me know. Have you guys noticed that Uggs value, the resale value of Uggs has gone down? My average sale price for Uggs used to be higher. Splendid. So this is also new with tags, $29, sell-through rate 40%. I was actually thoroughly surprised. I've had some Splendid from like reseller mystery boxes that do not do well. However, these are new with tags, typically like a job out or a store stock, which means that they're, you know, within the last year, possibly 2. So they're new styles, new with tags. So that one was really surprising to me. David Lerner, 37%, 37.5 sell-through rate. So 37% of this brand has sold and $38 as well. Let's come down here to Rails, $48 average sale price, 29% sell-through. That one surprised me a little bit. From social media, I thought Rails was like all the rage. I was expecting it to sell quicker at a higher sell-through rate, but I'm happy, right? A 29% sell-through rate. So this is comparing to myself. How does that compare to my average? My January sell-through rate was 17%. 29% is still much better than that. I was just thinking it would be even better. So, and I will show you Rails, Cotton Citizens, Coach, some of these other brands. I will show you the actual items that sold this month. There's 274 items. I can't show you all of them, so I picked out the top brands to show you. Coach is my boo, like for real. And this is why like social media is like, I've heard a lot, like Coach doesn't sell, Dunia Burke, don't buy it. Coach consistently sells for me at 25% sell-through rate, $58 average sale price. I will be showing you specific Coach purses. Not all Coach sells the same. So definitely do your research, make sure it's real, totally. But I love Coach. Those are thrift store finds that I do. We have a couple Coach outlets here. So I think I see that a little bit more in my thrift stores. Enza Costa is a 61 average sale price, $28 sell-through rate. Those I think are mostly like cashmere sweaters. So the $61 average sale price, I'll show you the actual items that sold as well. So you'll notice this Free People bubble is larger. If you have the dashboard, you should know why this is. I'll kind of refresh your memory, or if you're new to the channel, the bigger the bubble, the more that you have on hand. So I have 210 free people items. That's going to be a larger bubble. Having a 30% sell through of free people in 1 month is almost double what or a little less than double of what my average sell-through rate is. So it's still really high. It's just larger because I have more of it. And that's something that you have to be cognizant of. Are you selling a lot because you have a lot, or are you selling a lot because it's a good brand? That's where your sell-through rate comes in. That's where this chart is so helpful, because it tells you how much you have, what your sell-through rate is, and what your average sale price is. Buying more because you're selling a lot of it may be doing you a disservice if you don't know your sell-through rate. You could, like, let's say you had 100 pairs of jeans and you're like, I made a lot of money. They were my best selling category. I'm going to go buy more jeans, but your sell-through rate was only 10%. You're just buying more. 90% of your stuff hasn't sold. You're just continuing to buy more. It's selling simply because you have a lot, if that makes sense. So if this was a large bubble and a low sell-through rate, I would reconsider buying that brand. We have some smaller ones. Columbia too is a main squeeze for me. It doesn't always sell super high. This average sale price is going to be a little bit higher because I do have some Columbia new attack from liquidation. I'm in Colorado. I see a lot of Columbia. I was on my thrifted last week on my Instagram page. And I was like, you're in a Colorado thrift store when you see Patagonia, the North Face, Columbia, like every single rack. That's what it was. Which I'll take it, right? But Columbia, it sells a little bit lower, but it will sell. 33% sell-through rate. That is double what my average sell-through rate is. It is driven by jackets, and snow boots are selling right now. So those are going to sell higher than like in the summer when it's, the loose fit shirts and maybe like the Columbia skirts and stuff, shorts. So just beware of that as well for your average sale price. We did that one. Splendid, we did DKNY. So DKNY, these are new attacks again, 30% sell-through, which surprised me. I didn't expect this to perform that well, honestly. 31% average sale price. Jessica Howard, I ordered a pallet and they threw in about 100 dresses for free. I did not order them. I did not want them. It was a couple months ago. I was not in the market to buy nice formal dresses. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Things were shut down at the time. Like I would have never bought them, but they came for free with a pallet. I think they were also trying to offload them, right? So I listed them because I had them, and I'm actually surprised that 25% of them have sold through at a $30 average sale price. Keep in mind that's new with tags. Used is going to sell a little bit less. Calvin Klein, 28% sell-through rate, average sale price $23. That's mostly activewear. Maybe I think a vest sold. Nike, 33% sell-through rate, average sale price of $22. So Nike is not, and you can see now we're moving over this direction. So higher on this direction is going to mean a higher sell-through rate, but a lower average sale price. Which for my strategy, I'm trying to increase my sell-through rate and keep inventory moving because I don't have any more space. So Nike is another one of my main squeezes. It at a 33% sell-through rate, that's a double the sell-through rate of what my average was for the month. And an average sale price of $22. Like I said, some of that, about half and half is going to be thrifted. Colorado is very active. I can usually find Nike pretty easily. But so half new tags, half is going to be thrifted for that $22 average sale price. Harada, this is 35% sell-through rate, average sale price $16. This is like a boutique brand. It seems to do well for me. I purchased some boutique items off of my cousin. Puma, I'm really surprised. This is, again, from the liquidation. A lot of these are new with tags, so keep that in mind. But sell-through rate 29%, average sale price $20. This actually surprised me too. I wasn't expecting the sell-through rate of Puma to be quite as well. I purchased an active lot back in November, December area, thinking, we're in a pandemic, people are at home, they're cozy, they're comfortable, and then we get into January and active wear. So that was my thought behind it. It had quite a few brands that I wouldn't have picked up. Like I would not pick up Puma at a thrift store, but it all came in one, pallet together. I'm thoroughly surprised that it has a 29% sell-through rate. and $20 average sale price. Adidas is one of these as well. I loved Adidas growing up. So it kind of breaks my heart that the stats on Adidas are so low, or 22% sell-through rate. Still above my average though, average sale price. Ideology. So that ideology circle is bigger, right? A 19% average sale price, 15% sell-through rate. I have 152 of these items. Ideology, I would not purchase by itself. I buy manifested liquidation lots. So I do know what I get, but they still throw in things that they don't necessarily want, or they'll put ideology with Nike, right? So I do get stuck with ideology. I would not specifically seek out ideology, but it is selling for $20 average sale price, 15% sell-through rate. So it's a little bit lower than my average sell-through rate, but not terrible. It does move, just not, not some of these other bigger Bolo brands. And then down here you have vintage. I had a lot of vintage pre-pandemic. It hasn't been selling during the pandemic quite like it used to for me. I've also kind of moved away from modeling, which I think makes a big difference. So it's still selling, but I'm not putting new vintage into my closet. So now let's look at some of these actual items that sold. I selected strictly eBay because it's easier to show you actual items that sold. But the other thing is, a lot of these higher price items, things are selling for me higher on eBay. And most of these, with everything with the exception of my Coach stuff, was only listed on eBay first. These all sold in under 30 days on eBay, so they didn't have a chance to go to Poshmark. I did look at my what sold on Poshmark, and honestly, it's nothing impressive. Stay tuned on my channel, hit that notifications and subscribe. I have a couple of videos coming out on what I think is going on Poshmark, what my data looks like compared to Poshmark, and kind of just some of the analysis around Poshmark compared to eBay. So hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for that. Rails, this is Rails new at tag. I sold multiples of these in January 2021. I think 3 or 4 of them have sold. This is Cotton Citizens. It's a hoodie. I got a lot of these, the cropped hoodie and then like the high-waisted sweatpants, which I've noticed are, it's very trendy right now, but also like we're in a pandemic. So it's kind of comfort wear while you can still be cute and, go to the grocery store in your pajamas. This is Coach. I do want to know on Coach, my days on hand. So how long Coach is sitting for me is 221 days. This is kind of why, and I don't mind because it sold for $80. Pre-pandemic, before I had 1,000 items, I was doing a high average sale price model, and I didn't mind if things sat for as long. Post-pandemic, average sale prices, I'm noticing people are buying stuff at a lower cost. So average sale price strategy wasn't working so well for me. People weren't spending quite as much on things. Purses, I'm noticing they're still paying up for, but a lot of the other stuff people weren't paying up for. So I've kind of moved into a higher sell-through rate and a lower average sale price, with the exception of purses. But I also don't have a lot of space. So I cannot be holding on to things that average days on hand is 222 days. I will for purses, but most of my other stuff, it's not worth it for me to hold on to for that long. And Zacosta cotton cashmere. Yeah, so this is a cashmere sweater. It sold Wildfox. Most if not all of the Wildfox, maybe one top are, comfy pants like this, which, tell me if you're surprised at what's going on right now in the world. Rails, again, these are like comfy, cozy jogger sweatpants. What I kind of like about these, I've considered keeping a pair. Super comfortable, wear around the house, but then if you go out to the grocery store, get your kids from school, whatever it is, they are a little bit of a step up from the pajamas. But I think I sold a couple of those Rails. This Columbia was actually my Columbia jacket. I have a athletic wear and outerwear problem. I'm definitely a native Coloradan in that sense. I have so many jackets and I just bought another one this weekend when I went thrifting. So I kind of just rotate through them, and I hadn't worn this one in probably a year. So I was like, cool, I'll just sell it. Nice, perks of being a reseller, right? Cotton Citizen, again, this is one of those cropped hoodie type sweaters. And I think they bought multiples they did a bundle. I'm noticing as I'm getting more of similar type brands or the same brands and over 1,000 items on eBay, that people are bundling more. I wish it was as easy to bundle as it was on Poshmark. Typically, they have to pay for shipping each time. And so if I notice it, and we are in communications, I will refund some of the shipping. I'm not trying to make money off of shipping, but it'll charge for each. And then sometimes when you put them together, the shipping will end up being less. But I wish it was an easier process than me having to go in and re-invoice or me having to realize it. Better ways to encourage bundles and make it easier for the seller as well. This is one of the Coach. This I think had sat for a while. I've sold this exact purse pre-pandemic for $80. So you can see a declining in people wanting to spend. I think some of it's a declining of what people want to spend, but also some of it is a saturation of new resellers. A lot of people have lost their jobs or are in tight situations, so they have upped their reselling game. And so you're seeing a declining in prices for both of those reasons as well. Cotton Citizen. So these are, I think she bought the top. I think the lady who bought one of the sweatshirts also bought these bottoms. Rails, here's Rails. I think multiples of these sold as well. Rails, another pair of sweatpants types. I think one person bought multiples of these in different sizes, which was kind of interesting. So then I was thinking, well, maybe like they have a daughter or something, because one was like a medium and one was like an extra small. Not like a medium and a large, and they're like in between trying, they'll probably return one, but it was like a medium and an extra small. Coach, here's a Coach bag. This I had on hand at least 6 months, but like I said, Coach purses tend to sell a little bit longer. They do sell a little bit higher. And then here is that Enza Costa bag. So thank you guys so much for sharing. I'd love to hear what your guys' top brands were for the month, as well as some of your top sales. Hit that notifications, like, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching.